What's your first name again?
My first name?
Oh, no, you're that guy. Never mind. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Good. I thought you were somebody else. But now I know who you are.
Now you know who I am.
Weird. How you doing?
Famous. Chief of Police, can I get your name?
Bob Kleins.
Bob Kleins. Can you tell me the 5 elements of the First Amendment?
5 elements of the First Amendment.
Yeah. The United States Constitution. Hey, Captain, quick question.
Yes, sir.
Do you know the 5 elements of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution? Do you know all 5 the 5 elements? First Amendment of the United States Constitution. The First Amendment, what are the 5 elements of the United States Constitution?
Oh my God, I just read it and I can't remember right now.
United States Constitution, the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Do you know the 5 elements?
Listen, y'all, these kids want to act up in school, want to go to school and embarrass you, want to make like they ain't got no home training. So I told my son, don't go to school embarrassing no more. I take care of you, son. I give you anything you want. I discipline you. But you're going to embarrass me like this? No, so now I'm going to cut his hair.
Oh, I gotta ask you, okay?
Hey, do me a favor. Wait, what, guys? Now I saw you were in a restricted area. Now I want your identification.
You're not getting it.
Don't embarrass me. I told him, don't embarrass me. No.
Alright, Erie County fam, back at it again. Today, we're at the Canal Fest in the city of Tonawanda, and we're going to ask the law enforcement the tough questions, whether they know the Constitution that they swore an oath to. Let's get at it, fam. Must be famous.
What's your first name again?
My first name?
Oh, no, you're that guy. Never mind. How you doing, man?
Pretty good.
Good. I thought you were somebody else. But now I know who you are.
Now you know who I am.
Weird. How you doing?
Famous.
You good?
Pretty good.
Good.
How you doing?
Good. Thank you.
Is it a more favorable thing to do, work the fair, or you rather be out patrolling?
Oh, man, I love it.
Yeah? A little sightseeing?
Good to see you, man. Take care.
When I first got there, before I could even get the camera rolling, this guy came over to investigate and try to figure out what I was doing. But as soon as he figured out who we were, fam, they squirmed and got the heck out of there. They did not want to be caught talking to the camera. Just inspected. Squeaky clean in there, I like that.
going anywhere.
You never know. Do you need me to take a picture for you? I feel like you're trying to get a selfie. I could take the picture for you.
Yeah. I gotta get a picture.
Grab his gun. No. I got you at least 2 there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I gotta send this out.
You doing the whole thing now?
Oh, I'm just out here taking some photographs in public.
Tom says he hates a canal fest. To have you here, it's an honor.
It always, because I could never get home. I could never get home.
Is this a more favorable job than out on patrol? Like being on patrol. I'm saying, would you rather be out here chilling?
It's nice because you get to meet everybody, you know.
Yeah, it is a
I
way to
enjoy doing
meet
the
the
car
community.
show.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I do. Because I can't do any, I don't even like bike night. Isn't that terrible?
That's it, huh?
But I enjoy this because I get to meet so many people and so many different cars. This is the best, I gotta say, this is the best time when I bring people.
A lot of people, it's good.
How many auxiliaries does Tonawanda have? How many auxiliaries does Tonawanda have?
He has not retired yet.
Hey, go ahead, listen. It's volunteer, so I don't know how many exactly.
Just retired police officers, pretty much, no?
Just citizens.
Anybody who wants
Anyone
to.
can sign up and do it, and then what they'll do is they just do a background check on them, and then
They'll allow
depending
no
on what they want to
felons.
do, like, you know, they could do traffic, rehab for traffic, stuff like that. They come in handy for the ride from Roswell and stuff,
Yeah.
you know? But it's nice. I mean, we appreciate their help a lot of times.
What rank are you? Just a patrolman?
19 years.
19 years, huh? You almost done, or
Next year.
next year, huh?
Yeah, it's good.
19 years. That's, yeah, I bet you it changed a lot.
The job is what you're making. It definitely is what you're making. You know?
Captain, all right. I was wondering if you were auxiliary or if you were wearing the white shirt, you were the captain, all right.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Best night of the year, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, it's pretty nice out here.
Weather-wise, it's great.
How many auxiliaries you guys got?
We got about a dozen right now.
Dozen?
Yeah. We could use more. Are you
Use
interested?
more? I don't know if I'm allowed to right now.
Yeah, we got about a dozen. When I started, we had 25, 30. But now we're down to about a dozen.
25, 30. Oh, I'm thinking like 2030.
No,
25 or 30.
Yeah. But we're down to a dozen, and they're great guys, and they help us out a lot.
How long you been on the force?
40 years.
40 years, huh? You retiring soon, or you got more years left in you?
Retiring this fall.
This fall, huh?
Yeah.
Probably changed a lot in 40 years policing, huh?
Yeah. Yes, it has. But it's been very enjoyable. I love my career.
How many captains they got down there in Tonawanda?
City of Tonawanda, we have 2.
2 captains?
Yeah. We're a 30-man department. We have 2 captains.
Nice.
One for patrol and detective captain.
Gotcha. All right, thanks a lot.
Yeah. Nice to see you.
Dan.
Dan, how you doing, Dan?
You guys got the job, huh?
Hey, I'm observing and reporting.
Are you guys auxiliary or are you,
Wait a minute, what?
are you guys auxiliary or officers?
Auxiliary.
Auxiliary?
Yeah. So we do it
Nice.
free.
Volunteer, right?
basically.
Serving the community.
Yep.
I like that.
Observe, report, and we make sure everything's okay. But it's good just for boots on the ground. Just make sure.
How long you guys been auxiliary?
Well, I've been one for about 9 years now.
9 years?
And 2 months roughly for me.
2 months for you?
Right.
Well, thanks for serving the community.
But it works out well. It's good to keep everybody safe, and we keep an eye on people. So it works out pretty well. You bet. Thank you.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
What are you, lieutenant?
I'm chief.
You're the chief. I seen the stars. I thought maybe the chief. I thought it said lieutenant there, but quick question.
I was lieutenant.
Well, at one time, huh? I thought that is that what it says on the the badge says lieutenant, but chief of police. Can I get your name?
Bob Kleins.
Bob Kleins. Can you tell me the 5 elements of the First Amendment?
5 elements of the First Amendment.
Yeah, the United States Constitution.
No, right now I could not.
Really?
Yeah.
As chief of police, you couldn't tell me the 5 elements of the First Amendment?
You asked me a question, I answered.
If I give you a hint, I'll give you the first 3.
Right off the top of my head, man.
Come on, you swore an oath to that, Chief. But let me give you the first 3. That's freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of the press. You don't know the last 2?
You said the freedom of... Say it again?
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of the press. So the first 5
I gotta
elements.
be honest with you, brother, right off the top of my head with the Constitution. Yeah, I can't think of it.
How long have you been a police officer?
34 years.
34 years? So you swore that oath a long time ago and forgot that Constitution, huh?
Well, I don't remember the entire... How would I remember every single word of the...
Well, I mean, don't you think it's important if you swore an oath to that Constitution to be able to uphold it? You'd have to know it,
I
right?
think the most important thing, right, would be to protect people's rights, right?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
The right to assemble and the right to redress your grievances to your government are the other 2.
Right.
What about,
But you gotta be, but you,
what about the
but you
Third
gotta-
Amendment of the United States
You gotta be
Constitution?
able to apply that. You don't necessarily have to recite it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you'd have to know it
Right.
to be able to apply it, right?
Yeah, but if you've been living it for 34 years, you should be able to apply it without even thinking. Why would you have to think of it? Right? It's better if you can apply it without thinking than have to sit there and recite it to yourself.
All right, what's the third?
that correct?
What's the Third
Is that
Amendment?
correct?
Is it? I don't think that's correct. I
Yes,
think that's
it
a
is
little
correct,
out there.
because I've been applying it for 34 years. I don't have to recite it.
All right, what's the Third Amendment of the United States Constitution?
Again, I've been applying it for 34 years. Why do I have to recite it? It doesn't make any sense.
What do you guys think about that? You guys let me know what you think about the chief of police here that doesn't know it, but he can apply it.
Yeah. It just comes natural for me.
Natural, huh?
Yeah. Been doing it for 34 years. I don't have to recite it. It's just a natural thing for me.
I'm sure you know your way in and out of the Fourth Amendment, though, right?
Fourth Amendment as far as the search and seizures?
Correct. That's a good one to know, be able to. Well, thanks a lot. Name's Dan.
Your name is Dan?
Dan, Erie County.
How are you, Dan?
Pretty good. But thanks, Ed. Let's see if Captain knows the first 5.
Good for you.
It's Dan Riverside.
Okay. Good. Good.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey, Captain. Quick question.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna need you to redeem this for the department from the chief of police. Wasn't sure of it. Do you know the 5 elements of the First Amendment of the United States Constitution? Do you know all 5 elements?
No.
So let
No?
me ask you this, though, Captain. Because he was asking you the same thing. If you've been living it for 40 years of your career, would it just come natural to apply it? You don't have to recite it.
You could just do it naturally without knowing it?
We've been living it for our entire careers, so why do we have to recite it if we're living it?
Yeah, that's right.
The question is, how can you live it
Because we've been living
and perform it if you don't know it?
We've been applying it in our career for so many years, we've been living it.
You know what they call that? They call that qualified immunity. You don't have to know the law, do you?
That's what
You don't know. You don't have to know the law when you got qualified immunity, huh?
call it that.
We strive.
All right, right. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you one last chance. One last chance, right? I'm gonna give you the first 3 of the First Amendment, and see if you can name off the last ones. So the First Amendment is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of the press, right? Do you know the other 2?
No.
No?
No.
That is the captain and the chief of police of the city of Tonawanda down here. You guys are the city of Tonawanda, right?
Yeah, city.
City of Tonawanda. I don't want to say the town of Tonawanda. It's the city of Tonawanda. Doesn't know the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, but they can enforce it. That's what they call qualified immunity, right? You guys don't need to know it because you qualify for immunity if you don't know the law. If they don't know the law, they can qualify for qualified immunity.
So you're just making something up, brother.
What do you mean? The answer I wanted you guys to know what you swore an oath to. I think that's legit. What do you guys think? Should the chief of police and the captain of a police department know the First Amendment? Or should they just be able to live it? That's the chief of police and the captain of your the city of Tonawanda, New York down here doesn't know the First Amendment, but they can enforce it. Please in the comment section, please explain to me how that works, guys. Chief, by the way, it's not my opinion that's going to count. It's the people when they see this that's going to count. The people you swore an oath to uphold that constitutional rights to, their opinion is going to matter, not mine so much. But it was nice talking to you.
Always good talking.
So far, knock on wood so far.
Where's your spike?
Well, I have it. And if everyone...
Dang, guys. That's pretty crazy. Let's go ahead and ask some more officers, fam, who swore that oath to that First Amendment, if they even know it. How you guys doing? A question. United States Constitution, the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. Do you know the 5 elements?
Have a great day, sir.
They squirm when you ask them the law they have to enforce. That's weird. That's really strange. Don't worry, the chief of police didn't know it either. Wow. Couldn't even say I don't know. First Amendment of the United States Constitution. The First Amendment, what are the 5 elements of the United States Constitution?
Oh my God, I just read it and I can't remember right now. Freedom of speech is that.
One? That's one.
The first 5 elements?
There's 5 elements of the First Amendment.
Now you put me on the spot because I cannot remember. I just did this constitutional training 2 weeks ago.
The chief didn't take the training, so don't feel bad. The chief of police didn't, and captain didn't either.
No, I did it, and
let me give you the last 2 because they're the toughest. The right to redress your grievances.
Yes.
And the right to assemble.
Right.
You said freedom of speech. There's 2 more. Come on.
The right to religion, obviously.
Yeah, that's the one. There's 1 more.
What's the question?
Are you a citizen? Or are you a police officer?
No, he's a citizen.
All right. This officer needs your help. The First Amendment of the United States Constitution, there's 5 elements of it. Do you know what they are?
To be honest, no.
No.
Oh, you freedom to record video and everything like that.
The press, the freedom of the press. All right. That's
So
not,
what are they?
You got more than the chief of police
You
did.
got the religion, you got the freedom of speech, you got the freedom of press,
Okay.
and that's the other ones are...
The right to assemble and the right to redress your grievances. So, for instance, when the people watch this and they're like, the chief doesn't know this, and they're gonna call him up and be like, Chief, how can you not know this? It's legal, and you guys can't retaliate because somebody called up and redressed their grievance because the chief didn't know his constitutional law. Isn't it important? We got to take more training on that.
He does. I mean, he is a good chief. I mean, we know that.
You know what I liked? The cop that the deputy caught down in Orlando doing 85 in the 40.
The one that took off on him? Yeah.
He got arrested.
He got his ass fired.
He got
Shook
arrested.
hand. I think he got shook hand.
Hey, can you take care of this for me? I need to get rid of it.
No, I cannot.
Just throw it in the back. It'll look great for him. All right. Thanks a lot, officer.
Nice talking to you. All right, you take care.
How you doing today?
Good, how are you?
You're part of the U.S. Army? You're sworn in? You swore an oath to the United States Constitution, correct? Can you tell me the first 5 elements, or the 5 elements of the United States Constitution, First Amendment? The 5 elements of the United States Constitution, the First Amendment, there's 5 elements. I'm gonna give you a hint. I'm gonna give you the first 3. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of the press. There's 2 more. Do you know them elements?
Isn't that one of them?
You're the recruiter. Come on in here. I got asking a serious question down here.
What's that?
First Amendment of the United States Constitution. You swore an oath to the Constitution, right? To be in the service? What are the 5 elements of the First Amendment?
You got like press, religion.
That's 1. Religion, 2. Speech.
Assemble.
Assembly.
Assembly covers protesting, right?
Correct.
Not off the top of my head, I don't know the last one.
The last one is the right to redress your grievances to your government. Meaning the government can't retaliate if you call them up and tell them what a horrible job they're doing. Let me tell you what, sir. You just did better than the chief of police of the city of Tonawanda couldn't name not one of the 5. All right? But thank you for your service, and like I gotta say, you did better than them.
I'm trying.
But you know, you swear an oath to that Constitution. I'd like to think we know it.
Yeah.
Thank you for keeping us on our toes.
Keep it on the toes. I like that.
Absolutely.
But
We'll definitely defend it. That's really
But that's pretty good. I got to give you credit because you got 4 out of 5. I gave them the first 3, but you didn't hear me. But you got 4 out of 5, which is better than the chief of police. You know what the chief of police told me? He's been living and enforcing that so long, he doesn't need to remember it. He just enforces it.
He just lives it.
Yeah, he just lives it. What do you think about that? Do you think you can enforce or live something you don't know?
Listen, we're just out here doing what we do.
I know. I mean, like, obviously you're not here. You don't have the ability to arrest people and change somebody's life here in the United States. So I mean, I think it's a little more important for the chief to know it. Well, it just goes to show our recruiter down here knows it more than the chief of police.
We try our best.
Can I get your name?
I'm Clay.
Clay? My name's Dan.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Now, here's the quiz. The United States Constitution, you swore an oath to it, right? To join in the service, you swore an oath to the United States Constitution. The First Amendment of the United States Constitution, can you tell me the 5 elements of the First Amendment? No? If I'm gonna give you the first 3 and leave out the 2 hardest to give you a hint. So it's freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of the press. You have no idea the other 2?
I do not.
All right. The chief of police don't either, so don't feel bad. And he enforces the law on the citizens. So, but this guy, give this guy a raise. He knew 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5?
I'm sure if we would have sat here long enough, he probably would have figured out that 5th one.
That's always tough. You're going back to high school, like, going back.
Yeah, I mean, are you going constitutional law or?
Yeah, United States Constitution, First Amendment, the unalienable rights, the one we're born with, they can't take away. But, all right, thank you guys.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Good, sir. How are you?
Quick question.
Yes, sir.
United States Constitution, right? You swore an oath to it?
Yes, sir.
The First Amendment. What are the 5 elements of the First Amendment?
Speech, protest. You got a question? Did you record me?
Heck yeah, we got it. Come on, that's one of them. That's one of them. That's one of them. That's one of them. You don't know them?
I'm not doing the camera, man.
So you got speech, protest,
Okay.
right to assemble, protest, all right? What else?
I couldn't answer.
3 more.
Couldn't answer.
Come on, the camera's one of them.
I see it. I see it.
You don't know it?
Nope.
All right, so it's speech, religion, press, right to assemble, and the right to peacefully redress your grievances to your government.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Come on, we got to brush up on that. We swear that oath. We got to know what we're swearing to, right?
It's not the oath. We swear a different constitutional oath, but hey, same difference.
What, you think the Marines have a different constitutional oath?
I'm not speaking on the Marines' behalf.
Oh. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I see you trying to get there now.
So as I was walking through the Canal Fest, Soldier Wheeler here approached me and had something to say. I missed the beginning of it, but you will catch it because I turned the body camera on. This is what he had to say about someone exercising their constitutional rights in public.
Don't videotape my guys and ask them questions about things like the Constitution and all of that.
Why, you don't want the office looking bad?
It's
We got to train those boys better. We can't just limit the press.
I would love to train them better. I would love to do all of that. But I don't need you over there goading them or anything like that because they don't know something. You're a smart guy.
Listen, your recruiter knew more than the chief of police. That says something, doesn't it?
That's a great thing that he knew that aspect of something.
Well, an aspect that you swore an oath to.
See,
he swore an oath. Those kids swore an oath. We got to teach these kids what they're swearing an oath to.
So
let's hope they know what the Third Amendment is. You know what the Third Amendment is?
What I'm asking is you don't.
I hear what you're asking, but I'm gonna have to respectfully.
Like you just did to me.
I'm gonna have to respectfully decline.
Like you just did for me, right? Because I told you, you said, "Oh, I'm going to record you." I said no, and then you started recording me.
But you understand the First Amendment of the United States Constitution gives me the right to record you indefinitely.
Perfect.
Do you understand that? I hope you understand,
I'm
as an officer of armed forces, I hope you understand the Third Amendment. Do you know the Third Amendment?
If you knew anything about the armed forces, you know I'm not an officer. So maybe we should educate you too. Have a
I
great
mean,
day.
I'm not the one wearing the uniform swearing the oaths.
Sir, don't follow me, please.
You're in public, man.
What?
I don't know who you think you are, but you swore an oath for my right to go over there and talk to those guys, record those guys in public. That is the First Amendment that you didn't know.
See, you're getting angry about this. I'm not.
I am getting angry.
saying-
We pay your salaries to know this, what you swore an oath to. And you're gonna come over here and tell me where I can and can't record? You swore an oath for my right to do that.
I just asked you not to ask them questions about stuff that they don't know about. You're an educated guy.
You know who's gonna have a problem? Is they're gonna have a problem that the chief of police don't know it. They're not gonna have a problem that some newbie, in the armed forces doesn't know it. Because you know what? 99% of these citizens don't know it. You may not know it, right? But the police, they need to know it. And for you to come over here and swear an oath to that in the United States Constitution, and come over here and try to inhibit my rights?
I'm not inhibiting anything.
You just told me not to go over there.
I asked you not to record.
All right, and I'm gonna respectfully decline.
Okay.
And I've already done my due over there, but I think that it's pretty wrong of you, Wheeler.
Okay, that's a feeling.
So what rank are you then?
Doesn't matter, right?
It doesn't matter? Get that emblem there, we can figure it out, I imagine.
Recording me without my permission, but thank you.
Recording you without your permission is an oath you swore an oath to. Remember that, soldier. I hope you know the Third Amendment. You better know, you better go brush up on your Constitution. Unbelievable, fam, unbelievable. You guys got a business card, or what barracks you guys are out of, or where the recruitment is, like the recruitment office?
So you can Google it. New York Army National Guard recruiting page. We have multiple different offices all around.
So contacting any of them will get you a hold of who's in charge of all of them?
Yeah, you can. Because it'll be all online. So you can look up your recruiter right online.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
These gentlemen here wanted me to take their picture. They respect the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. All right.
We live in a society now where people want to record how they discipline their child. The people that might get mad with this video is the people that probably already embarrassed their child. You can discipline your child in their room. Take something away from them. If they act up, well, I'm like, son, you can't play the game.
To be honest with you, bro, way off the top of my head with the Constitution.
I don't have anything to do with it as far as following the Constitution.
If you've been living it 40 years of your career, you just come after you apply it.
I don't have anything to do with it as far as following the Constitution.
You pull the Constitution out of your pockets on here. Like that was supposed to prove something.
First Amendment, freedom of the press.
I don't have anything to do with it as far as following the Constitution.
You have every right to film out here, in there.
Your name is not Dan Erie County.
This isn't Erie County.
Yeah.
Sure it is. I'm here as Dan Erie County.
Legitimate? Maybe. Official? No.
I don't have anything to do